Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Angels Speak. I am Teri Angel, and I'm so glad that you're finding this and coming in and hopefully sharing it out. Sharing is caring. So if you want somebody else to be blessed by what you're going to hear today, just hit that share button, put it out on your Facebook groups, your pages, your timeline, message somebody and tell them that we are live and we are going to hear from the angels. So welcome, welcome everybody that's finding it on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, and on TikTok. Hello and welcome. So let's give it a minute for people to find it and to know that we are live. It's being shared out at the moment. So let's just see what happens if we get an audience in here, or if it's just going to be recorded and y'all can listen to it later and comment. But I think this is one that I think could really get a good discussion going with what they shared with us last night. Deirdre, hi honey, thank you for coming in and for sharing. The messages look so weird. Helen Stanley, hello. Oh, Helen, you're in England. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. And welcome to everyone finding it now on TikTok. Lori, and let's see, I saw somebody else come in. Wanted to make sure I said hello as much as I can. They scroll so fast on TikTok, it's hard to say hello to everyone. Hello, Auntie Jean Lorio, Kathleen Caputo. Kathleen, I loved your meditation today. You did an awesome, awesome job. If y'all didn't hear the meditation on Enlightened World Network this afternoon by Kathleen Caputo, Mama Hada Bear, you really need to go check that out because it was really, really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I shared it as much as I could share it. Hello, Catherine Kovacs. Thank you for being here. Lori, I'm doing great. Thank you for joining in. Josie, hi, Josie. Thank you for being here. Oh, I'm so happy to see you on here. Is Rick with you, or is he on Facebook? Or maybe he's napping. It's the middle, well, it's not middle of the afternoon there. It's kind of almost the end of the workday, right? All right, so Michigan girl, hello. Thank you for joining in. All right, so we're going to go and get started. Those of you that it's your first time here, I am Teri, and every night I sit and talk to the angels and just present something to them and ask them to give some advice, to give some inspiration, some guidance, and they never fail. They always have something. He is there. Hi, Rick Morrow. So good to have you all on TikTok. Krista May, thank you for being here. All right, I'm going to get right to it. So what I do is read the message from the night before, where I sat with the angels in meditation, and then see if y'all have anything that you would like to add, any comments, any questions, anything that crosses your mind as you listen to this inspiring message from the angels. Last night, the message is called Freeing the Ghosts in Our Mind. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think fillingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. Now, I'm going to read that again because I think this is such an important message for us to hear from Neville Goddard. Do not waste one moment in regret, for to think feelingly of the mistakes of the past is to reinfect yourself. It's a message from Neville Goddard, who I have been studying and who I think is just kind of coming in and taking over my life right now until I get some of these important lessons. So, okay, I'm going to speak from personal experience here because that's all I really can share with 100% accuracy and knowledge. I live my life today in today. If I were to choose to do anything else, it would be a nightmare to try to focus on everything that came before this very moment in time. I am extremely happy, peaceful, and fulfilled in my life because I discovered this one important key over a decade ago. Prior to that, my past was constantly the focus of my waking thought and much of my unconscious thought. I was miserable. I was hurt and angry and sad, and all of those low vibration feelings that happen when we constantly drag the events of our lives that are over and done into the present moment. In reality, there is no past. Let me explain that. All of our experiences leading up to this very moment happened. Past tense, happened. When we are caught up in being the victim, we make all the feelings surrounding those experiences our present. In my case, I constantly reminded myself of all the failures, all the shouldas and the couldas and the wouldas, leaving no room for me to be anything else except that angry, bitter person pointing fingers. What I really wanted more than anything else was to be free of those feelings. Yet, in not understanding that I was sabotaging myself, I could only blame. One day, the sadness and the loneliness gave way to a more intense desire for freedom and happiness. I can't say that it was one particular thing that switched the light bulb on. I had been doing daily meditation and seeking answers from my angels and my guides. I do remember the moment in meditation where I was told by my guide named Joseph to consciously say goodbye to those things from my past that I kept dragging into my every now moment. He encouraged me to say these words out loud. I release this with love, and then see the door closing on it. Some of it was easier to let go of than others. I had to get beyond the entitled feeling of the anger at how I had been wronged, starting at a very young age in life. I argued with my guides over this. I stomped my feet and I threw a temper tantrum that any 2-year-old would be envious of. But Joseph was patient and loving and kind. He wrapped virtual arms around me and let me cry until I felt the total release. We repeated the process every night, always with the same mantra of, I release this with love. What I came to know after months of cleaning house is that we don't have to bury the past. Simply be willing to not have it be our present. The tighter we hold on to all that restrictive energy, the more we are unable to breathe and move in our now moment. Did the release have to happen in this painful, cathartic way? For me, the answer was yes. My stubborn self was not getting it any other way. Our release of the past is as individual as our fingerprints. This I know to be true, however. You will release the past by remaining true to your commitment of being free to live your present. Those memories of past events are only thoughts which are occurring right now in your present time. Those thoughts are what is keeping the hurt alive. You have the ability to choose to let it be released with love in order for you to live a full and happy life. If you truly want to heal from the past, pay attention to your now thoughts. This is the blueprint for healing. I did it, and so can you. Oh, dear angels, we cannot, nor should we, forget our past. There are so many hurting people in our world, and much of it is due to the fact that the past keeps being dragged into the present. We know that where our attention goes, our energy flows, and that what we focus on expands. When it comes to dealing with the hurt from our past, however, we seem to have a more difficult time focusing on healing, and we keep beating ourselves up, which makes it harder to move forward. Any insight would be appreciated. Dear ones, we understand the struggle, and it is very real indeed. Releasing the bond of the past is something that each of you must do for yourself, as no one else can do it for you, just as no one can be birthed or die for you. These experiences you are here to have are yours alone. Therefore, the responsibility for your healing from those experiences lies with you. You and only you hold the key that unlocks your heart and allows the hurt to be free. We can sit with you, as can anyone you choose to have nearby for support, but you have to do the work. It would be much easier if we could just open you up and scrape out all the hurt. What we are offering you is similar to that process. You do not have to revisit the experiences. It is enough to make a commitment to let them go with love, which means there is no longer any resistance to the healing and no longer any need to hoard the emotions. It means that you are freeing yourself from telling your past stories, as doing so brings them forward to continue being your present story. It is time for you to tell a new story, one of freedom, hope, and love. Dear angels, thank you. I love you. Today, I promise to keep the door of my heart unlocked and not hoard any emotion that keeps me tethered to my past. We picked up some more Facebook people. Yay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Krista May for being here. Blue, hello. And Blanca Vivas, hello. Thank you all for finding this and for coming in. We are on all social media right now. So, those angels, wow. They really want us to hear this message. They really want us to get it on that deeper level. Joanne, hello, honey. So I'd love to hear your thoughts about what they had to say about letting go, releasing. Releasing simply means I'm not going to do this anymore. I am not going to keep going back into that vicious cycle of I was hurt, I'm trying to heal, I was hurt again, I'm trying to heal. It's all a vicious cycle until we decide enough is enough. And I think that's kind of, I said I don't remember the exact what it was that created that want, that desire to change. I think that was it. I think it was saying enough is enough. I've hurt enough. I'm in enough pain. I don't want that anymore. I just want to be free of all of that stuff that's holding me down into the past. So let's see. Auntie Jean has a comment. Of course, I love your wisdom, Jean. Letting go of the past can be a tricky thing. You might let it go with love, but every now and then a word said, something you see, might bring it back briefly. The thing to do is not go through the emotions of that memory, but rather see it new with wiser eyes. Oh yes, I remember that lesson, that dark of night. It was hard, but I learned so much. My new self can see it with more objectivity and clarity for what it is and what it was, and then let it go with ease and in a way of gratitude for where I am today. It is not part of me now. That's the thing, when we can can decide, and it is a choice. When we make a choice, that's what they were saying. Commit to that choice and stick with it and decide you're no longer going to let that past stuff keep being your present stuff. That's as simple as it can get, to just really say, no, I'm done with that. So Helen Stanley, enough is enough. That's it. Helen said, thanks for a beautiful message. I release this now and I heal. And those are the words to say. I release this with love. If something is going on that keeps coming up for you, that you feel like, you just can't. And the angels say that word can't is I choose not to. So that's how you deal with it. You let it go. You make a conscious choice. And I want to say this. I'm really fully grasping the teaching that Neville Goddard has taught us, that what we are putting out there in our conscious active thought, the conscious active thought is what's going on right now in the moment, in the now moment. If you believe that you are being abused, that there's hate arrows coming at you, if you're speaking that kind of story, you're telling that story into your subconscious. Whatever you're feeding into your subconscious, that's going to show up as reality in your world. If you want to put a stop to anything that's going on that's not what you want it to be, that's not how you want the world to show up for you, then you change the thought. You change it to a better feeling thought. You tell a different story. You tell a new story. Today, I tell the story, I am happy and I mean it fully and I feel it totally in my heart. I am healthy and I mean it and I feel it in my body, in my heart, in my mind. I am free. I am free of all those chains of the past that were holding me back, holding me from my happiness and my joy. I was miserable. I was living that life where I had been hurt. I had been sexually assaulted. I had been verbally abused. There was so much hurt and pain that anger was just what was covering me inside and out. And it took releasing that, consciously thinking and saying out loud, I release this with love. That's what gets rid of any low vibration that's going on. Whatever your beliefs are, you can start looking at those and say, does that still work for me? Do I still fully buy into this? That, maybe it's just something that I was taught or something that society brought out that we're to believe. Go into your heart and see what really resonates. Are you buying those stories that shaped you into these beliefs that are coming forth? If you're not buying them anymore, if you say, no, I refuse to believe that because I know it's not true. In my heart, I know that story is not true. Then change your story. Tell a new story. Tell one of love. Tell how loved you are, how respected, how much you love, and how much you are supported. Blue, what you got for us? For me, I accepted who I was when the incident happened. I then accept who the others involved were. Then forgive me for who I was and the others for who they were. Hug that person and say, I love and release you. As they step back, I see them stepping into light, and there is no more ties for either of us in the grace of forgiveness. Blessings. Thank you, Blue. Thank you for sharing that experience. Like I said, each of our experiences, each of our beliefs, each of our thought processes, they're as individual as our fingerprints. So what my lesson and the way that I chose to heal, that's for me. All I did was share it with you, that this is what happened. It set me free. It really did. I closed all those doors on anything in the past that just wasn't good, that wasn't helping. It wasn't for my best and highest good to move forward into my path, into who I am today. So that was my story. What's your story? Think about it when you go into your meditation, when you sit with energies that maybe are still in your present story. Look at that. Look at how you're telling your story, because that will let you know if you're still holding on to the past stuff, or if you've decided and made that commitment, I let it go with love. And I'm going to end this broadcast there. Thank you for being here. So much love to all of you. And stay in your heart and stay blessed. Namaste, y'all. I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.